Shalom, family, and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be attempting to do something new here with my breaks and picks. I'm going to attempt to make them shorter, and I'll be doing each respective fight or card independently. So the first fight that I want to start with for this weekend is Tszyu versus Joey Spencer. We'll be seeing the return of Tim after his loss to Bakram. It's a pretty nasty fight. He lost to Baki in the third round of 12. With Tszyu, he uses little to no feints. And he's not really so much of a jabber. He utilizes one, but he's better with body shots, and he has pretty decent combinations, but he plods forward. He's a little stiff-legged, and he doesn't have much backup in him, and that I do like about Tszyu. It's not often that you're going to see somebody really backing him down. He is usually the one who's pressing in the fight. It usually takes him a little while to get going. He starts a few rounds in. Just know that his aim is going to be to get his opponent to those ropes. He seems to do his best work with his opponent on the ropes. I would call Tim a slight puncher. I would definitely call him a puncher. Defensively, he's not the best. I don't think anyone really has made him have to. No one's really made Tim, like I say, have to be on their back foot and defending from like a barrage of shots. Joey Spencer, on the other hand, Joey is quick, and he's a nice counter puncher with very good athleticism. What worries me with him is his defense. He does have a high guard that he'll utilize, but generally he does not use that. He uses a form of shell. And what I learned about Joey is that his favorite fighter is James Toney. And in learning that, when I look at his style, I see where he kind of pays homage to James Toney in his style. Obviously, he's not James Toney, but with that said, he can slip and roll and catch and shoot, but he's just really not consistent with it all the time. And another thing that I find problematic is he really leans a lot to his athleticism, but in that he is tight and he's wound up a lot. He looks like he loads up on shots. Now, I know Joey considers himself to be a puncher, but I don't see that his power truly being like that. Let me go over their records respectively here. We have Tszyu, who is 24-2 with 17 knockouts. In those two losses, he was knocked out once, which obviously was by Bakram Murtazaliev in the third round. That was October of last year. And he's also lost to Sebastian Fundora. And that fight was unfortunate in the fact that Tim actually was winning up until the point that he was elbowed by accident in his scalp. I do believe if they had stopped that card shortly after he got the cut in his scalp, that Tim could have won that fight. He actually broke Sebastian's nose right before the elbow came. Very bloody fight, bloodbath, if you will. Joey Spencer is 19-1 with 11 knockouts. His one loss was a TKO stoppage in the 7th round by Jesus Ramos Jr. or Hermano. I actually did attend that fight, and it was the first time that I saw Jesus Ramos Jr. And the way when he took off his robe, Jesus this is, when he took that robe off and he kind of, rose up and stood to his full height, all I could think of, you guys, I call him Cobra Back. I know his name is the monkey. I call him Cobra Back because dude is big. And in that being said, I don't know. I believe I heard he's moving up to 160. I believe that is a good place for him. He shouldn't be fighting these smaller guys, in my personal opinion. As far as who I have winning between Joey and Tszyu, this fight is actually a hard call for me to make. We know that Tim is returning from a pretty nasty loss. He just could not get out of the way of that left that Baki was throwing, and I almost questioned whether or not he was dazed, to the point where he clearly was dazed, you guys. I'll just say that. And he just kept attempting to come back, and his defense was totally lacking, which is another reason why I kind of think either he was just being obstinate or he was truly dazed and didn't know better, because yeah, that was a nasty loss for him. Joey, since his loss to Jesus Ramos, he's gotten one knockout, majority decision, and a unanimous decision. I don't know. This fight's really hard for me to make a call on. I do understand that Tszyu can very well come back and make a good showing for himself. And Joey, since his loss, has bulked up. I still don't believe him to be a puncher, but I will say he has improved fight to fight. This one, guys, I don't know. I don't know that I can make a call readily. If I do absolutely have to pick, geez, I really want to go for upset here, but upset as in Tim making a comeback. But I'm gonna go with Joey Spencer. I can't even do that, you guys. I can't do it. Something in my spirit, something inside of me is telling me Tszyu might win this fight, you guys. We expect him to be still a little shell-shocked, checking his scalp because of like the headbutt with Baki and then the way he went out. And even in his talking leading up to the fight, it's almost like he's trying to sound confident. How confident are you? We really don't know. Again, both men understand that in this fight, Tim, it's going to be incumbent on Tim to prove himself. I think he could do it. I think Tim could do it. I can't make the call, you guys. But thanks. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my breaking pick. Let me know in the comment section, who do you have winning? How or why? Because I'm a little torn on this one, and I'm truly interested in knowing what you all think. Who do you have for this fight? Shalom.
7 hours later.
All right, so we're at the end of the video, and I'm back. Hours later, shout out to my good young brother, 503 Lion. I was on his show tonight with Act, and I've came to a conclusion. I am going to choose Tszyu. I just can't decide or settle on majority decision or unanimous. It's going to be in Australia. I can't see them doing a majority. I can't see one of those judges not necessarily going in his favor if he wins. Not to mention, I can't really see Tim leaving something on the plate, so to speak. If he's going to beat up on Joey Spencer, he's going to beat up on Joey Spencer He's not gonna do it like Ramos did, though. He's not gonna do it like Ramos did, because that was definitely, yeah, unanimous. Tszyu for unanimous decision. Shout out to 503 Lion. I have came to a conclusion, and there's my pick. Speaking of 503 Lion, tomorrow night, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, The Usual Suspects 6. Slide through, check the brothers out. They have great content, they have great conversations about boxing, and they talk sports. I don't really follow any other sport, but I'll still hang in there with them. They have good conversations. They also are having a drawing. $10 to find the boxer. Buy as many boxes as you want. For $10, find Errol Spence. Win $240. Okay? As well as the meet and greet that's coming up in August. I will try to be mindful to put the link in the description box for the meet and greet. If you want to go and get into the drawing, just go tomorrow night. Go to Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. Listen to the US 6. Listen to them cook. And they'll give you the instructions on how you can enter that contest, okay? I appreciate you all. I made my pick. Shalom.